大家好，我的普通话真是太普通，所以可能会用到一些英语，然后 I made a PowerPoint slide just in case you don't understand what I say, so that helps. I try my best. 我知道今天的内容是跟how we could unite together, well, in general terms, to fight the CCP. I come from Hong Kong, and after the enactment of the national security law in Hong Kong in 2020, June 30th, there has been an extreme makeover in Hong Kong. The Apple Daily was shut down in 2021 on June 24th. And my English editor-in-chief was arrested at the Hong Kong airport on the 26th. I was one of the contributing writers in the political section and also in the finance section. So I left 2 days afterwards, June 28th, 2021, and I've been out of Hong Kong for more than 2.5 years now. Now, my background actually it's originally in financial radio broadcasting, and then I switched into asset management back in the late 80s. So I've been around for a long time, and then I switched into hedge funds, and for some reason I started writing again in Hong Kong. But I only got like 10 minutes or so let's talk about democracy and how we could save Hong Kong and hope we will have a free, democratic China someday. Now, a lot of my friends, they are arrested, they are waiting for trial due to the, as I alluded to earlier, the enactment of the NSL, 國安法. Jimmy Lai, Benny Tai was my senior classmate in high school. And back in 2014, there was the umbrella movement, Occupy Central. So we were talking about one person, one vote without pre-screening. That was 10 years ago. We were kind of fighting for that. Can you recognize the person in the middle? That's Joshua Wong Zifeng. Yeah, 10 years younger. Now, of course, also in prison. We were campaigning in Central 2014. Again, one person, one vote without pre-screening. I got involved with the Tibetan movement through a friend who still lived in Hong Kong. She was very senior in the Taiwan office, and then she wants to be low profile. She is retired now, so I got exposed to about what happened to Tibet in 1959, and I've been very vocal in the last 10 years to make comparison about what we have been going on in Hong Kong in 2019, what happened in Tiananmen in 1989, and of course what happened in 1959. So the so-called one country, two systems actually was not something new in the eyes of Deng Xiaoping. So I guess the 1959, before that, you have the 1951, the 10-point treaty, right? But then the CCP didn't really honor what was signed, and the Tibetans were being held at gunpoint, and so we know that history. But in Hong Kong, back then and now, people don't talk about these things because it's kind of bad. Now, going very quickly, the police, they say the riot in Hong Kong, 染色革命, 染色革命, right? They talk about using these different terms. But for us, a lot of the times it's just about going for rallies that the government approve. We try to get what we see in Taiwan yesterday, right? Which is democracy. People cast their vote, and then you have a new government soon. But take a look at the life expectancy in Hong Kong. Actually, living in Hong Kong was not that bad. Still, I think it's not that bad if you don't take into the political consideration. Now, we have very long life expectancy, 83 years of age for male, right? Macau, 82.88, maybe with the gambling issue. So you have a little bit, you live not as long as people in Hong Kong. Yeah. But anyway, just as one joke, so to speak. The extreme makeover, what happened in 1984, people know about, we signed the treaty, the UK and China, right? Promising 50 years of autonomy. Now, even the group that I represent, 2047 Hong Kong Monitor, 2047. We are in what, 20? What year are we now? 2024. So we have around 8,000 something days before 2047. Now, Deng Xiaoping talks about 50 years non-intervention. So everything became not really a reality after the NSL came into effect. People are in exile. There's a strong diaspora community right now going on. So can Xi Jinping rule China for life? Do we really care? That's one thing. I mean, the fact that he can be the ruler until he dies, or if there's political changes in China, maybe Hong Kong could go back to the so-called one country, two systems model, right? But you know, you all see like on TV how Xi is different from the rest of its predecessors. Well, yesterday, the election day in Taiwan and also Hong Kong's Cardinal Zhang just had his 92nd birthday. And he had a bit of a celebration. What I really care about is all these political prisoners in Hong Kong. It's really unprecedented. Jimmy Lai, founder of Apple Daily, we had the Taiwan version at one point as well. Now he could be facing life in prison, as a lot of you know, and so many others. Joshua Wong, people in the 民主基金会 here know about Zhao Hangtong in Cantonese. I don't know how to say it in Mandarin. Now, not 4 candidates, but 3, and then Lai Ching-te, you know, it's almost like a landslide victory. For Hong Kongers, right now, what they are really concerned about is whether they can leave Hong Kong. You know, like if they go to the airport, can they really leave? It's a rating system going to be implemented soon. Now, even some of my friends who are indifferent in politics, they are not sure whether they, you know, the so-called 特區護照, the Hong Kong SAR passport, you know, like it's something good because there is a lot of pre-screening, so to speak, whether you are in the gray list or you are in the blacklist. If you're in the blacklist, you cannot leave, right? Some of the politicians in Hong Kong, and there's no more pro-democracy political parties, so to speak, in Hong Kong. They are not sure whether they can leave Hong Kong, but they are kind of still active on Facebook, but you know, COVID is over. I've never seen them leave Hong Kong. And even some of the Hong Kong tycoons, you know, it's reported that, hey, usually they will go to Japan to have, you know, like some short tours, you know, have a nice sashimi dinner of sorts, but they could not leave. Now, it doesn't matter what this spokesperson from Beijing says about the unrealistic meaning. Well, it says joint declaration doesn't have any special meaning anymore. But we as Hong Kongers, whether we are living in Hong Kong or outside of Hong Kong, in the last 3 years or so, the diaspora community has been getting stronger. Give me one more minute and then I'll wrap up. What's the worst case scenario for Hong Kong now? Real estate prices, they have dropped a lot, maybe from 30% with the skyrocketed interest rate. It may, the drawdown could be a whole lot worse. The US Hong Kong Pact rate might cancel. More political arrests, Exodus 3.0. Then the end of the year, we know whether Trump will be back. I guess last 30 seconds is I have a new book that will be launching in Taiwan. It's half in English, the other half in Chinese. We'll be at 铜锣湾书店, 林荣基的书店, this coming Friday at 6:30, and also on Saturday at one of the coffee shops. So it's talking about from the perspective of hedge funds, 对冲基金, how we look into Hong Kong's situation and how we look into democracy. Even though things don't look too good in Hong Kong, but we still have to keep hope alive. Thank you very much.